This is the all-new BMW X4. Some of you might be asking, what the heck is an X4? It's the same question people asked when they brought up the X6. They took the X5 SUV crossover, cropped the roof, gave it a slightly different back end and a more aggressive grille, and called it an X6, trying to mimic the silhouette of a sedan in a crossover. Now they're doing it to their most popular crossover, the X3. Same treatment, more aggressive front grille, cropped roofline, different back end, and making it more appealing to those that like the idea of having a crossover utility vehicle, but like a little bit more sporty silhouette, kind of like a sedan. Now, as I mentioned, this is the part of the X4 that gets the attention, the swept-back coupe-like look of the X4. Dropped by 3.7 centimeters. Now, does that affect rear headroom? Well, we'll give it a little test here. To combat all of that, they've dropped the rear seat by 20 millimeters or 2 centimeters. And there's plenty of room back there. I'm over 6 feet tall and I have no problem sitting back there at all. Now here's the other thing that you'll notice with the X4. The window is quite a bit smaller in the back and there's no wiper. And that's something that I would miss if I had a crossover. And you'll also notice that the hatch is a different shape when it pops up. And the load-in height is a little bit higher. But the X4 is longer overall, which affords you quite a bit of cargo space, surprising amount. But because of the rake of the back, it's slightly different shape. So you have to, always think about the shape of objects that are going to go in the back. But still, that's the one thing BMW has been able to do with the X6 and now with this X4. Even though it's got a sleeker look, it's still very practical. Now, the only difference between the X3 and the X4 is that the X3 is now available with a diesel engine, where the X4 is available with the same turbocharged direct injection 4-cylinder with 241 horsepower, or the one I would get is the inline 6-cylinder direct injection turbocharged engine in the 35 with 300 horsepower and gobs more torque. And when you drive these vehicles, they do feel the same. You've got changeable settings here in the center console. You can make it from comfort to sport, sport plus, and even economy mode to get the greatest fuel efficiency out of it. But if I was going to classify this X4 and the X3, I'll lump them together. They are basically the sportiest of the small SUVs without getting the Porsche Macan. Now, the Porsche Macan is a great product, but it really only shows its true sporting nature when you drive it really quite aggressively. For just cruising around town the way most people will drive, it's good. There's nothing wrong with it. But this car is as much fun, in my opinion. It doesn't have all that power, but if you're just driving to work and home and doing your regular duties, what do you really need at the end of the day? 300 horsepower and 300 foot-pounds of torque and a very tight and well-made product that just feels like it's part of your body is really, I think, a great option. And now you can get it in the X4 with a slightly sleeker silhouette to make you feel like you're driving something a little bit sportier. Do you think that maybe they brought the X4 out to compete with the Macan? Maybe they might try and steal a few buyers away, but I think they're different buyers altogether. People that are buying that Macan really want that Porsche crest on the front. Not that a BMW crest is anything to sneeze at. Now, here's the thing about the inside. Other than the seats are a little lower, I mentioned the back seats have been dropped by 2.8 centimeters. The front seats have been dropped by 2 centimeters to make it feel pretty close to the old car with a slightly lower roofline. But the rest of the interior is all the same as the other BMW products. Now, sure, it breeds some familiarity. You get in this product and right away, you recognize everything, you know where everything is. But one vehicle that I think shook things up within the last year is that new C-Class from Mercedes-Benz. It has a BAM interior that this car just doesn't have. So it's going to be interesting to watch what BMW does and see if they change things up over the next little while. Now, the X4 definitely has a sleeker silhouette, and it is functional on the inside. It's just different than the X3. But all of this style comes at a price. Now, here's the thing about the BMW X4. It's more expensive than the X3. If you look at a base X3 and a base X4, there's a $3,000 price premium. If you look at the 35, the inline 6-cylinder turbocharged, the one we have here, it's a $6,000 premium to get the X4. That's a lot of money. Now, here's where the smart money is. If you look at a base model X4 for just $2,000 more, you can get the inline turbocharged 6-cylinder 35 X3 for just $2 grand more. That's maybe where the smart money is. This car is going to find a market. The X6 proved that years ago. A lot of people thought it wouldn't be successful, but it has found a home. And this new X4 proves yet again that BMW can expand their envelope and find new buyers for their products.